Now, the previous episode would have been the end of the series since hammerheads are the most recent sharks. I, however, wanted a separate 13th and final episode on a couple of species with a highly different function, the filter feeders or the pog sharks. The whale shark, or Rhynchodon typus, belonging to the carpet shark family. This is the largest living fish with a maximum length thought to be around 40 feet. However, a confirmed specimen was caught spanning 61.7 feet. That is potentially even bigger than the megalodon ever was. They also have the deepest recorded dive out of any shark at around 6,325 feet. Other fish have been seen to dive deeper, but it is unrecorded. And for being so big, you think they eat large creatures like whales, but they actually eat the tiniest food in large numbers. They are filter feeders, meaning they feed on large abundances of plankton, copepods, and krill to maintain their large size. Filter feeders are completely harmless towards humans, so they're fine to swim with, but touching them is illegal as it disturbs their behavior. Their teeth are pretty useless because they use ram filtration with their mouths wide open and get the food caught into their gill rakers, and then they close their mouth to swallow. They can also gulp in air above the surface to stay buoyant and use that gulping to feed stationary. They have white spots and stripes unique to each individual, similar to snowflakes, with the juveniles having mostly stripes that turn into spots, and likely have the spots as some form of sun camouflage. Another cool fact is that a software used by NASA that was originally used to map out the stars is now used to identify individual whale shark spot patterns. Reproduction is surprisingly fairly unknown, with it being ovoviviparous with potentially up to 300 pups found in one specimen, but there's no good evidence of where they give birth. The megamouth shark, or Megachasma pelagios, this filter-feeding mackerel shark, belonging to the lamniform family, is also fairly large, growing up to 18 feet, and is surprisingly rare as it was discovered in 1976, with only about 100 specimens of this large shark known. There is no concern of them going extinct anytime soon, and they are hard to find because they are found in the deep water around 3,280 feet. They have distinct rubber-like lips, with the lower lip possibly used to luminesce to attract plankton, but a 2020 study confirmed that it does not actually produce any light, and it is simply a reflective white band that is used to identify individual megamouths. The diet is also primarily plankton, and it has ovoviviparous reproduction. And I have saved my favorite species for last, that being the pog shark himself, the basking shark, or Ceterinus maximus, known for basking in the sun. It is another lamniform filter feeder, being the second largest fish at 46 feet, but it is cooler than the whale shark because of its funnier skeleton-looking mouth. They dive deeper in the winter to around 3,000 feet, where zooplankton is more abundant. Despite the large mouth, their throat is only the size of a grapefruit, so you can't get swallowed by them. Their body is built similar to a great white shark, so people confuse them for a massive great white, only to spot the silly mouth and realize they are harmless. Reproduction is ovoviviparous, with the only purpose of their teeth being used to feed on the other unhatched eggs during birth, or oophagy, and their lifespan is roughly around 50 years, but many are unfortunately killed for their oily livers and especially large fins used for shark fin soup. My favorite shark fact of all is that this large shark is able to breach out of the water. It could be used to get rid of pesky lampreys, which is unexpected as sharks have toxic urea in their blood and urine. So biologists underestimate the power of the kidneys inside the lampreys, and they may also breach to impress a potential lover, or they may just breach for fun. We're still not really sure. But I just love the fact that such an unexpectedly large species can breach. If I showed the picture on the right, you would think they are very sluggish, but you would be wrong. This species is majestic. And with that, the series ends here. Thank you all so much for watching my series. I hope it gave you all a new positive and realistic perspective on sharks. I just want to thank all of you for sticking with me until the very end as we got through every single shark species that is known that's alive.